So I got this PS3, it's a A01 model. I bought it for parts with the green light at def. So just before I start, I know this thing didn't work to begin with. I just wanted to mess around with it for fun, but I'm getting some really weird behavior. So right now I have the original hard drive inside. Right. So now if I start it, you pay attention to this light right here. So now the monitor is on. It's receiving an input, but it's just a totally black screen. Nothing going on. And I let it sit like this for about like half an hour and nothing changes. So it just kind of stays like that. Controller is not on. It's blinking. So to turn it off, it does something strange too. So I'll hold it. Does the 3 beeps, which is weird. I don't know about that. It turns off. So I'll go ahead and try for safe mode, which it's in this weird state. I don't think it can go in safe mode, but I'll go ahead and try. See, it's like it's already in that in-between stage. Yeah, again, so it's receiving some input, but it's totally black screen. I did have it once give me the red, green, blue pixels just kind of like all over the screen. Just kind of noticing there might be some weird like flicker effect. It's hard to tell, probably not, but I'll go ahead and turn it off. So but this is where it gets strange, which is why I've still kept working on it. Because like, if it didn't do any of this, I would have already stopped by now, messing with it and just like chopped it up as a failure. But if I go ahead and like try to boot it with safe mode without a hard drive installed, oh, well, I messed that up. Oops. Try that again. Okay. Give it a second. This actually has been taking roughly 30 seconds for this screen to pop up. There it goes. Sweet. So this is why I've still kept working on it. It's probably nothing. It's probably just a side effect of it being dead, but so it's got these pixels, right, lined up. And I'm kind of like chopping that up as like an RSX failure. But then this comes up. So it cannot start. Appropriate system storage not found. And I was able to boot into safe mode previously with the hard drive installed, and I updated it to 4.90, hoping that like the hard drive would like format itself. And I did it with this SSD one, which I'll put into so we like see how that goes. But yeah, it just boots up like this, which is like the main reason why I've kept going. But if I try and turn it off, and it turns off normal. So just for the sake of like trying things, I'll go ahead and like turn it on normal. Just one click. I don't actually remember exactly what it would do here. While it's turning on, I'll go ahead and talk about this. So I installed a 4.9 on this SSD. I don't know, it was just a blank SSD and I got it installed on there. Had the PS3 formatted. I believe it did it correctly. I could be wrong. This is the original one that came with it. I haven't done anything to it in safe mode. I don't believe I've gotten to safe mode with it. Not sure. I'll have to keep trying that. I have another, not SSD, but I have another hard drive. It's from a EO1 model, so it's another, like, PS3. Ah, it turned off. Turn it again. Ramble, I'll let it turn itself off. It's done this too. So you would turn it on, it'll try to boot up, but like it'll just shut off. Come on. Do something. I'll go ahead and feel it. There it goes, turned off. Yeah, board feels warm. Oh, I didn't mean to turn it back on. I'll just like turn it off for it. If it'll let me. There it goes. But yeah, so this is hot. This has gotten really hot. This is not the original power supply. This is a 231 model. I've tried with the original power supply. I'm getting pretty much the same results. I could do some more testing and see if the original power supply does anything different, but I don't think that's anything. I've already inspected the board. Everything looks good. I ran a Syscon reader on it, and majority of the errors were a 1001, and before all of those, we had a 1004, which, if I'm remembering correctly, that'll be like the capacitors, token capacitors on the CPU side. But I'm not going to do anything with those right now because I'm not getting yellow light of death. So if it's not going into that yellow light mode, I don't think it's outputting any issues. Chances are it probably did a yellow light of death, was sent in for servicing, and I don't know, I guess this happened. I'm guessing those are the old codes. It started with a 104, which is a or 1004, which I believe is like a disruption power to the CPU. But again, they may be totally unrelated, which is why I haven't messed with the capacitors. But everything else on the board looks clean. No issues, no broken traces, no bad chips, no melted parts. The system was extremely dusty, which is partially why I swapped these out, because that thing was like filled with dust, all of it. You can still probably see a little bit of dust under there. It must have been like choking on itself to death. So, trying to give it a little bit of love. I gave it a good cleaning. No products, but just a brush. Swept through. Was real careful. But, let's see. Have I tried it with... No, I tried it with that. So, let me try the... This is the SSD. Go ahead and put that in. So, I'm going to try to boot. The SSD, which has the 4.90 firmware update on it, I've been getting like this regular box screen. This is what I've been using for the most part. Yeah. So I've let this sit, and this thing got burning, scalding hot. I didn't feel the board. The board right now feels pretty warm. But turn it off. Come on. There we go. So I've tried it with the SSD. I tried it with the original hard drive. Tried it without a hard drive. The original hard drive, I believe, had a 4.71 on it. Whenever I was able to get into safe mode. I went in there and it said I need a 4.70 or higher. So I believe that was the last firmware that was on it. That's pretty much all that I know about the system. The thermal compound on I already replaced the thermal compound on the CPU and GPU. I didn't delit it. I don't want to delit it until I'm satisfied with, like, I'm running out of options. So, but I tried different power supplies. I tried these different hard drives. I did practically everything you can with the green light of death. So I'm assuming it definitely feels like a GPU failure, but that screen that keeps popping up, it's probably just some false, like, carrot on a stick kind of thing to keep me going. GPU's probably fried in it, considering how dirty it was. But yeah, so I just wanted to make this video to, like, hopefully get some help on it. Maybe some people have some more insight on it. I've been, like, scouring the internet, and there's not a whole lot. I've seen things about the coin tricks, which I'm not doing. I did put an eraser under these plates and make these, like, the tension higher, but I didn't really get any results from that, so I kind of just took them out. I'd rather not do anything too abnormal. But yeah, I mean, the disk drive worked perfectly fine. I put a disk in, got it out, so the drive seems to be fine. I got it disconnected right now, clearly. But yeah, I don't know, just asking for some help. I'm perfectly fine if the system's dead. I got it for learning purposes for the most part, but it's an A01 model, so I'm really just trying to be careful with it and trying to restore it. Would hate to really kill one of these backwards compatible ones. It had a warranty sticker on it, so I appear to be the first person in. Not from Sony, at least. So first person in. Hopefully I can figure it out. So if you got any ideas for me to try, I'd love to hear it. I think the next course of action for myself would be, I'm getting a little drastic, desperate, trying to figure things out. So if it's an RSX GPU issue, I'm going to try to reflow it the poor man's way, just putting some flux to the sides and just heating up the board a little bit. See if I can get any kind of life out of it. And if it does, I do understand, like, you know, that it's not a permanent fix and can cause more damage, but I'm pretty much tried everything that I can think of. So I'm going to try that out, see if I can get some life. If I get some life, I 100% know it is a GPU issue and I need to get it reballed. But I don't want to go that far, pay for a reballing service if it's something else. So if anybody has some experience on this, love to hear it. Appreciate it.